Utah has seen a great water year so far, with snowpack levels still remaining above 100% in a lot of places. And that's bringing a rare phenomenon in southern part of the Beehive State. So our southern Utah correspondent Garrett James now brings us that story.
There are several amenities and ways to have fun at Gunlock State Park. A big draw for this state park is the Gunlock Falls behind me. Thanks to how wet this year has been so far, the falls have already started flowing. Well, kind of. The waterfalls started flowing last week thanks to heavy rains and snow that southern Utah experienced. Now the water levels have tapered off to where the waterfalls aren't flowing at this exact moment, but officials with the Utah State Parks tell me they are anticipating them to flow again strong this summer.
So the Gunlock Falls are actually a very rare amenity, commodity, however you want to say it, for Gunlock State Park. In my 10 years, coming up on 10 years here at state parks, this has only happened a small handful of times. And before that, even more rarely.
Devin says that having the falls in back-to-back years is an extremely big deal, especially this early in the season.
Traditionally, we don't see Gunlock Falls start until, more of the spring runoff starts happening. But with the temperatures we've been seeing and the amount of water that southern Utah has been receiving, it's been a lot. And it means a lot of good things for outdoor recreators for this coming season for that area, but especially those looking to go to Gunlock.
There is no hiding it. In the spring and summer months, a lot of visitors and recreators visit Gunlock State Park, especially if the waterfalls are flowing. The waterfalls tend to bring larger crowds to the state park, but that can only happen in a wet weather year.
Last year, we had a really great water year. All of our parks down there saw very good reservoir levels. All of our parks across Utah saw very great water levels. And our visitation we saw across the state went up. Actually, in calendar year 2023, we saw over 12 million people visit state parks versus the year previous where just under 10 million. So you can see that huge increase of over 20%. A large part of that comes from our reservoir parks.
Just in Gunlock State Park, almost 270,000 visitors came to the state park. A big draw to the park was the waterfalls. Can we expect another good year for the state park since we are having a good water year?
By and large, Utah State Parks is expecting to see similar visitation numbers this year and in years moving forward.
While the falls may not be going at this very moment, be patient because they'll likely start again, especially if we see more wet weather here in southern Utah or once the spring runoff starts. One thing Devin wants to remind visitors of is to be careful around the falls as they can become very slick very fast. Reporting from Gunlock Falls, Garrett James, ABC4 News.